Yo, 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 y'all know what time it is. Right back at you with it. Another short clip of Breath of Fresh Sports Reaction with Denzel Finley. In this clip, we have the Steelers great Super Bowl winning champion, Ryan Clark, goes on a little bit of a tangent on NFL Live about how George Pickens is much more talented than arguably the number one receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson. Without further ado, I'll let you viewers, the audience, listen for yourselves, and I'll break it down, give my thoughts, opinions, and get up out of here. Let's go.
Talented than Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Justin Jefferson, comparing him to a Georgia guy, George Pickens is much more talented than Justin Jefferson.
Really?
Justin Jefferson understands everything about playing the position, stems, leverage. He can catch the football in all kinds of awkward positions. He's a savant. But here's the other thing. The Coach Tomlin told me something that I thought was great. He said they didn't even work to tolerate him, and they certainly didn't try to raise him at Georgia, which is mean they didn't embrace.
The Steelers. I was like, wait, what?
They didn't embrace who George Pickens is. When you got 5 stars everywhere, it doesn't matter. When you're going to run the ball for 250 yards a game, it doesn't matter. But now at Pittsburgh and talking to Ike Taylor about the way that the entire team loves his attitude, loves the way he approaches his job. That's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have done for him.
And what happens if he becomes as good of a player as a Stephon Diggs, as an AJ?
He can be.
But Shefty, that's my point then, is then all of a sudden Kenny Pickett gets put into
Okay, I'm going to pause right there. I don't want to hear what Dan Orlovsky has to say. I'm going to back this up and play this from the top, and I'm going to break it down.
Much more talented than just comparing him to a Georgia guy. George Pickens is much more talented than Justin Jefferson.
Pause right there. Now, obviously, I believe he's playing to his audience when he says Justin Jefferson or George Pickens is much more talented than Justin Jefferson. He don't believe that. He's just saying it because he's playing for the Steelers. He's a Steelers homer. He's a Steelers former player. Well, once still, always a Steeler, right? I don't believe he's being sincere. However, let's continue.
Really? Justin Jefferson understands everything about playing the position, stems, leverage. He can catch the football.
I would expect probably the number one receiver, arguably the number one receiver in the NFL, to understand leverage, stem, route running, how to get leverage against a DB and whatnot. I would expect the number one receiver in all of football to understand all the intricacies of his position. Ryan Clark, let's go.
He's a savant in many ways.
He's a savant. But here's the other thing. The Coach Tomlin told me something that I thought was great. He said they didn't even work to tolerate him, and they certainly.
Pause right there. Georgia didn't do enough or didn't work to tolerate George Pickens. Now, I've been saying this. Actually, I'm going to record to say this right now. I believe George Pickens got a lot of ish to him. I'm telling you right now, if he has a breakout season and is successful, meaning he has, a 90 catch plus season, 1,200 plus yards, 10 plus TD season this year, and, he's throwing up these stats statistically, he'll be another guy. He has to me, I believe he's got a lot of flamboyantness to his personality, a lot of rah-rah on the field, a type of guy that he will cost your team with dumb penalties by taunting the DB after he makes a spectacular catch. He's got a lot of that to him, and you'll see it in this upcoming season. George Pickens is a talented wide receiver, but to me, I believe he's got some red flags I can already see about him. So I believe that's kind of what he's referring to without actually saying, hey, George Pickens got some ish to him. Not like AB, but he's got some ish to him that Georgia Bulldogs covered up about him or didn't tolerate. Kirby Smart didn't tolerate out of him. Unlike a Mike Tomlin, he let Mike Tomlin, the players coach, he gets that reputation a lot. Without further ado, let's continue.
Certainly didn't try to raise him at Georgia, which is mean they didn't embrace.
The Steelers.
No.
You see, all these things he's saying, all these, pacifist vocabulary he's throwing, words he's saying out there. To me, maybe the average fan that might go over your head, oh, yeah, Ryan Clark, you go, man. Yeah, that's my dog, man. We ride with George Pickens, man. Yeah, Ryan Clark, man, he can do no wrong. Yeah, George Pickens, he that dude. But to me, that's really meaning is that George Pickens, he's got some, again, He's got a lot of. He's a headache. He is a headache. Wait, he's a ticking bomb ready to explode. He's one of those dudes that's going to be. If he has a breakout season, he's going to think he's bigger than the quarterback. He's bigger than the team. Just you watch. Just you watch. Let's go.
Wait, what?
They didn't embrace who George Pickens is. When you got 5 stars everywhere, it doesn't matter. When you're going to run the ball for 250 yards a game, it doesn't matter. But now at Pittsburgh and talking to Ike Taylor about the way that the entire team loves his attitude, loves the way he approaches his job, that's what the Pittsburgh Steelers have done for him.
And what happens?
Pause right there. But Ryan Clark, what does this have to do with being talented? You're, to me, describing a guy's actions, the way he shows up to work, as being perhaps a likable player. Being likable and being talented are two mutually exclusive things. They are completely exclusive to one another. You can be talented but not likable. Randy Moss. You can be likable but not talented. Peyton Hillis, right? Likable but not necessarily the most talented guy, even though the man did appear on the Madden cover in 2010, excuse me. Anyway, you get my point. I just don't understand a bad analogy on his part. He's describing the attributes of a guy that is a likable coworker, a likable player. But to me, that doesn't describe him being talented. Where is he more talented? Where's the more talented descriptions, adjectives, all that shit come in? Since you start off with a very hot take that's going to trigger a lot of fans, as George Pickens being more talented than Justin Jefferson. We'll continue here.
If he becomes as good of a player as a Stephon Diggs, as an AJ,
he can be.
But Shefty, that's my point. Then is then all.
You see, Dan Orlovsky and all these other guys on the panel, they sit here and they let all the things that Denzel Freeman brought up, go over their heads. Maybe they didn't want to, you got to play politics on these panels or whatnot. But nevertheless, they're not asking the real question, which is Ryan Clark. I get that he's a likable guy. That's describing a guy that's likable. He's, the way he approaches the game, the way he practices and all this other stuff. Cool. Likable dude. But where's the more talented part at, Ryan Clark? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. This is Denzel Freeman with the Breath of Fresh Sports. I'm out. Peace.